Well, it starts out with Damien having, I mean, the movie is, you know, loosely, I don't want to say autobiographical, but kind of based on real experiences that Damien had as a high school musician. Miles was Damien's choice from the very beginning to play Andrew, and Miles has a background as a drummer, as a rock drummer, which of course jazz musicians disdain. I think it's in the film, right? The thing about you can always play rock and roll. If you're not good enough, you can start a rock band. So for Miles, the big challenge was, to learn the left hand and adapt his technique, and he worked very hard on it. When Damien and I first met, he tried to assuage any concerns I had about playing a conductor by saying, we'll have an expert come in, and you can take lessons and blah blah blah. And I said, well, I actually, I studied that in college. At one point I thought I was going to be Leonard Bernstein when I grew up, and so I actually have that background, although I don't play piano very well, so I had to practice a lot for that very simple little ballad. But then, one of the great joys of this film was, 95% of the musicians that you see playing are musicians playing, not actors faking it. And some of the guys that had more significant lines and things in the film were faking it. But when we were shooting, I was up there waving my arms around, and they were making some great music. Of course, it's sweetened, and it's all redone in the studio. But there was some great music, and sitting there playing with that quartet in the jazz club. I mean, even as a really, really, really bad piano player, there were brief moments when I just settled into the pocket and just talk about tear. I mean, it was deeply moving for me to work with musicians of that caliber and sort of relive that part of my youth, and after having taken so many left turns in my career and ended up doing this, it was really fun to work with musicians like that, and to be doing that every day at work, and or screaming at people, which are two of my favorite things. Right?